This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Good, everything feels okay. You kind of put the championship out of your mind, but watch this. This makes me nervous.
See, that's Todd right there on the inside. We got trouble. Problem is turn 4.
Willie Allen's involved in this one. The 59 of Chad Chaffin. Also looks like Damon Lusk in the 25 is around.
So far, looks like our championship contenders have gotten through this. They should have both been in front of this accident.
And that's why Todd didn't want to follow the rear. There's no way to get back there. These are the kind of things that happen.
Turn number 4, you see the 59, he's moving up the racetrack. He makes contact with the 87 of Willie Allen. The 25 of Damon Lusk has nowhere to go. Michelle Jourdain in the 50 runs into the back of the 25 of Damon Lusk. Tough break for Jim Harris and his Harris Trucking Toyota.
Safer up there.
There's Damon Lusk right there, the Red Rocks Dodge.
The circle's bigger.
Whoa.
This is ugly.
Oh, look at Skinner going around.
This is ugly.
On the inside, Skinner goes around, gets into the wall on the inside. The caution comes out once again, and a lot of damage to that number 5.
Daryl, how many times do we talk about that truck on the inside? We talked about it before that caution flag, losing air off that spoiler. That's exactly what happened to Mike Skinner.
I don't know what they did to these trucks over the last year or so, but that didn't used to be a problem. But I think they took the wicker bill off the rear spoiler or something, and ever since then, these trucks, they absolutely cannot run side by side.
And Ludeman even got sideways there and did an excellent job of holding on to that one.
Yeah, a lot of damage to Mike Skinner right there.
Trouble off turn 4.
Problems with the 12 of Michael Waltrip. He gets spun around. Riding on board with him as we see the trucks come back behind him.
Looks like the 4 truck and the 12 here had some issues.
Mikey's going to get going. That's our leader, Joe Nemechek, right behind Mikey. Mikey will stay on the same lap if he can get up to speed and stay ahead of the leader. He has to be careful if he has any...
Riding around in turn 4.
There he is up against the wall. There's Mike Wallace, the 15 truck. He's going to make a little bit of contact right there. Here comes Chase Miller. He's going to do his best to avoid Michael. It looks like he does. He may have made contact with the outside wall. Those guys.
Both of them.
Here comes Bill Lester looking again to the inside of David Rudeman. And as these two battle for position, oh, there goes Bill Lester. He goes sideways down the front stretch into the grass, scraping off the wall. As they go across the start-finish line, the caution will come out once again. The 4th caution of the night.
Same situation, same old song.
Different verse.
Well, look at it, right? That's him driving to the inside of the 17 of David Rudeman. Watch when they come off turn 4. They've got a big gap between them right now. But David's going to have to move to the inside to get by that 50 truck. When he did, that closed up that gap, and the air came off the rear spoiler of the 22.
Around he went.
Turn number 4, watch him right there. He's in that green truck. Bounces off. He hits a pretty good lick there right in front of the 77 of Brendan Gaughan.
And then they go over to turn 4, and you see up ahead there, Rudeman coming off a turn. Watch David here. Rudeman, he gets the thing crossed up, gets it into the wall. Slightly, lightly, politely. Can't do that all nightly.
You're running up against the wall, and then you get sideways. There's so little.
At our top 10 with our speed top 10 drop back. Krista? Oh, we've got a problem on the racetrack. Just behind the 6, it's Chase Miller getting spun around. Oh, and back up into Johnny Benson. He gets into our 2nd place in points contender, and that takes the left rear tire down. Damage to the left side, and the bad luck continues for Johnny Benson.
That's going to be enough right there. That's Rick Wren telling his guys what to get ready to do. But you see all the damage on the inside of that truck. That's going to be enough that he's no longer going to be in contention here. A lot of damage to the left side of that X-side battery truck.
One more look. This is Chase Miller getting turned around. As he goes down off of the racetrack, he makes his way back up on it.
Johnny came by at a pretty good rate of speed. That was the 46 of Nemechek. Johnny was actually battling for the 2nd position right there and gets taken out like this. What a horrible break for JB. These trucks are now arrow-wise. You know, we used to see that so.
Problems with Johnny Benson. Looks as though he cut the left front. Got up into another truck.
Outside, another one coming inside, outside.
I bet that was where the most of the damage was, as you can see on his left front there now.
Yeah, we see that we're staying green.
He's saying right front, but it's actually left front that he's lost.
watch him. He's on the inside. You see him wiggle as he gets down and turn number one. The tire's already flat. He makes a little contact with the 75 of Eric Almirola, but a lot of drivers did a great job avoiding him.
What he did, Phil, is he went in that corner. He had to get on the brakes to stay.
I think we already gave it to him, did we?
Oh, that's right. You did, didn't you? Inside of 10 laps, 8 laps remaining for Mark Martin as he looks for his 6th win in the number 6 Ford and his last ride in the Roush Racing truck.
What an incredible season that Mark Martin has had in this truck. Mike Beam and his guys have done such a terrific job. If they win, it's going to be win number 6. They also ran 8 Busch races with his same truck team. Had a lot of top 5 finishes over there in the Busch Series. Had the best car a couple times in the Busch Series.
Hermie, what's Brendan Gaughan saying?
Yeah, guys, Brendan Gaughan's probably not going to catch Mark Martin to win this race. But Brendan Gaughan tonight is the perfect example of it takes the complete package to win a race in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. He has been killed on pit road. He lost 8 spots the first time, 3 spots the second time. And not only is he on 2 tires, but they did that because the 4 tire stops were not going their way tonight. So you got to be fast on the track and in the pits this day and time in NASCAR, Ray.
Hey, Hermie, let's talk about that 6 truck that's up front. Mark Martin, there's a couple of drivers that are going to be really glad that he's leaving Roush Racing. One is Regan Smith, who will share his Nextel Cup ride with him next year. And another driver is a youngster named Kelly Byers. And Kelly Byers will be a teammate to Mark Martin over at the Wood Brothers JTG Racing in the Craftsman Truck Series next year. And a couple of very young drivers going to hope to learn a lot from a great driver, one of the best ever in NASCAR, Mark Martin.
And you know what? I think Mark Martin is going to really step up that program over there where he's headed with that truck program and everything for next year. That's going to be a big plus for that whole group over there. John Wood, and I think it's really going to just go through the whole organization.
And really excited to be there. He talked to us yesterday in the garage area. Really excited to be going over there. And he said, hey, I've watched the Wood Brothers race my whole life. I've always wanted maybe to run with the Wood Brothers. There's Mark Martin actually putting Todd Bodine a lap down, but Todd doesn't care right now. He knows he's a champion.
He's on cruise control.
Across the start-finish line, 4 laps of racing remain in the final race of the 2006 season. Todd Bodine looking for his first ever championship for the Bodine family. Mark Martin closing out a very successful season in the Truck Series. Battles continue behind Mark Martin. Todd Bodine letting Brendan Gaughan go. Almost 2 seconds separate Mark Martin from Brendan Gaughan, and then another 2 seconds back to Eric Darnell, who's running 3rd.
Well, you know, it doesn't kill you to spin out here, obviously. Bill Lester has fallen back to 11th place. Michael, who had a terrible night, he's sitting down there in 16th place. So this racetrack is a little more forgiving than I'd give it credit for.
Tonight, only 4 cautions have come out.
Mark Martin is on cruise control right now. He's got about a 2.5 second lead on Brendan Gaughan, but what a great job for Brendan Gaughan. He told us how excited he was about 2007, and what a great way to head off into the winter time with a terrific run here at Homestead and a 2nd place finish. It looks like he's going to hang in here for a 2nd place finish.
And a couple weeks back, they decided to shake the team up a little bit. They changed crew chiefs. And obviously, they're going in the right direction, because tonight, a big improvement for the South Point Dodge of Brendan Gaughan as they run 2nd, and we're running up front and leading this race for quite a few laps.
Look what a crew chief will do for you. Look what Rick Wren did for Johnny Benson. And you get the right chemistry, get the right crew chief with the driver, you can do what Brendan did tonight. You go out there and have a good night.
The final lap for Mark Martin at Scott's Ford, number 6. Making his way down the backstretch.
And a final lap in a Roush truck for Mark Martin.
In the final lap of 2006.
Putting the bookend on the season. Mark Martin won in Daytona, and now as he comes out of turn number 4, he will win the final race of the season. The Ford 200 goes to Mark Martin.
And Todd is just creeping out of turn 4. He said, man, I just got to make it a little wee bit further. And I did.
Across the start-finish line, the Lumber Liquidators, number 30, Toyota Tundra of Todd Bodine, comes across, and the team begins to celebrate. The championship is theirs. Germain Racing claims the 2006 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship.
Yes, good for the Hillman father and son team there. Great effort, man. Great effort.
There's a guy right there with a load off his shoulders.
Oh, boy.
What an amazing season it has been. The wins for Johnny
You can do
Benson.
a little celebration over here if you want to, but then congratulations, buddy. You are
The 6 wins for Mark Martin. What a battle between these two veteran competitors. Todd Bodine coming out on top. Johnny Benson struggling in the last few races as far as mechanical problems took him pretty much out of contention. Mark Martin will celebrate with the fans here in Homestead, Miami, as will Todd Bodine. Ray Dunlap.
Guys.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a special presentation of ABC Sports, spanning the globe to bring you the biggest events in the wide world of sports.